Please be seated. At this time, I invite the children of the congregation to come forward for the children's message. Good morning. It's good to see all of you here today. The gospel lesson is about fishers of men. Come on, Blaine. That's when we talk about how you will go fishing not for fish, but for men. But do you know what the disciples did when they heard Jesus call them into service? They left. They left the boat behind. They put on their backpacks. And they started walking. And they said, "See you, Dad. We're going." And that's it. They started walking with Jesus for the next 3 years. And it didn't stop there. Do you know how it works in 2015 if I would get a call to a different church? You know what happens? Well, usually they call me on a telephone. And the church tells me that they want me to be their pastor. And then I have 2 calls. I still have one to serve Star Bethlehem, but I also have one to serve a church somewhere else. And then I have to return one of those calls, and then I need a little bit more than a backpack because I'm married with 5 kids and a house. I've been here for 12 years. God has blessed me with so much stuff. I pack it up and I leave. You think you guys could do that? Take your backpack and go? Yeah, okay. All right, buddy. Nothing to it. I think there's more things and there's more logistics, more things to move in our day and age, and yet God still calls us to leave everything behind that would slow us down. And so maybe, hey Tessa, welcome. Maybe you could think about what it is that God has called you to do in this life. He's called you to be a good friend to your classmates, maybe a good brother or sister if you have those. And He's called you to be a good child. He's called you to do a lot of things. And sometimes there are things that slow you down. Like maybe you love watching TV so much that when your parents ask you to clean your room, you kind of forget. Or maybe you have homework to do and those video games are just so enticing. Well, you don't have to leave everything behind. But do you think maybe you could forget about all the things that might distract you in your calling as a good friend, as a son or daughter, as a brother or sister, as a child of God? Those are all things that we need to leave behind sometimes. So even if you don't have to walk away from your home and family and follow God's calling, those things we do have to do. Let's fold our hands and ask Jesus to help us. Dear Lord, you've called us to be your child. We are children of you. You've forgiven our sins. You say that you love us, and we know that. Help us to leave all the things behind that would stop us from doing the things that you want us to do. We ask for your help, Lord. Amen. You're excused to go to your Sunday school class walking slowly.